So, how do you find primary research articles on a new drug? You could, of course, conduct a Google search. You could type in the name of your drug and search the World Wide Web, but you're probably going to find that the majority of hits or results that you get will either be ads for the drug, or when you do find scholarly research articles, they're going to be behind paywalls. That's when the vendor, the publisher, asks you for money in order to read the article. Here at the Cerritos College Library, we've already subscribed to a lot of journals through various databases, so you don't have to pay for them because we already had. I'm going to start my search with a database that I like a lot called PubMed. These databases are really easy to use. All you have to do is type in the name of your drug. What's important to remember is that oftentimes these drugs have more than one name. They might have a brand name and a generic name. And so here in my search at the top, I've included both names. I've told the search engine inside the database, bring me back articles that talk about algoliptin or Nicena. And my or is in all caps because it is a command to the search engine in the database. What you see right now are my results page. It's really important to limit your results to those articles which you can read the full text, which I've done over here by clicking on this link. And now all I have to do is scroll down, and when I see an article that looks interesting, I click on the title. The article will open up, and what I'm looking at right now is the abstract or summary. Immediately, just looking at the way this abstract is formatted, I know that this is a primary research article. The introduction tells me about the study that was conducted. Materials and methods describes who was experimented on this case 87 type 2 diabetes patients, and what the experiment was. Then there's the results and the conclusions. I want to read this article. So I come up here on the right and click on the full text link. It's now taking me to a new website where the full text will appear. So now that I have the full text in front of me, I can read it here, or I can click this PDF link to download it so I can print it, save it, email it, do whatever I want with it. Now, for some of you, you're not going to find any articles on your drug in PubMed, and you'll need to use a different database. When I describe databases to students, I usually compare them to stores at the mall. If I go to the Cerritos Mall looking for socks, I might decide to go to Macy's first, but if I don't see the socks I like there, there's a bunch of different stores I could go to instead, like Uniqlo or H&M. It's the same thing with databases. I've looked in PubMed, and if I don't find an article I like, I can try a different database. In this case, we recommend trying ScienceDirect. You use ScienceDirect the same way that you would use PubMed. Right now we're in a transition with ScienceDirect, so we first want to switch to HTTPS to use it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to limit the results that come back to those articles we have access to. And to do that, I'm going to limit to subscribed publications, which are the journals that the Cerritos College pays for, and open access articles. Open access articles are articles where either the author or the publisher has decided to make them freely available to the entire world. And now I'm just going to put in the same search that I did before. This database is being a little persnickety right now, so if you get this kind of error message, you can just click the refresh button and make it do what it's supposed to do. So what I'm looking at right now is a bunch of results, 52 results that deal with these drugs in some way. Or in this case, it looks like the title of an author. So if I look at something that looks interesting to me, discovery of DA 1229, and I look at the abstract, It looks to me like this is what's called a literature review. It's not a primary research article. Your professor would be able to give you a better explanation. So for me, Science Direct isn't going to work out. PubMed was better, but for you, it could be different. If this article was one that I wanted, all I would have to do at this point is download the PDF by clicking on that link. So this looks like it's an article that talks about the discovery of this right here, but maybe isn't going to be focused on my drug. In the next video, if you scroll down to the next video, we'll tell you how you can get help and different tips that you can use to look for primary research articles.